Hi guys, it's another how-to with Mr. Romero, and in honor of Earth Day being this week, I thought I'd show you guys how to do a little bit of indoor planting. I bet that's something you guys didn't know about Mr. Romero, and that's I really like to plant, and I love plants and landscape and anything that has to do with pretty plants and things like that. So let's get started. Alright, so let's talk about some of the things that you're going to need. First of all, most importantly, you're obviously going to need an indoor plant. You're going to need some indoor potting soil, a cool looking pot to grow it in, a little bit of water, and a surface to do it all on, preferably outside, somewhere you don't mind where it's going to get a little dirty. Now I hope you don't mind getting a little dirty doing this. A little bit why I think it's important to plant plants, especially inside, is because there's just a joy that you get from planting, and that's my kids, by the way, making noise. That's all right. This is just a little bit of joy you get from having plants inside. I really believe that they just give off a positive energy. It's a living thing, breathing thing. They give off oxygen. Some indoor plants are even known to clean the air in the rooms that they're in. So yeah, just some good things about having plants inside. What we're gonna do here is gonna add just a little bit of soil. Some people will put something here to keep the soil from going through. I don't really do that. It's not that big of a deal. But we'll add just a little bit of soil to get it started. Okay. You can get it a little bit wet, so it's muddy, kind of like a paste. Okay, mix it up. Again, I hope you don't mind getting a little dirty. All right, we want to pack it down a little bit. A lot of times, plants will like the soil to be a little bit more compacted. The water will absorb and kind of be dispersed throughout the soil a little bit better that way. The roots will have something to grab onto. I said Groot, but he is a plant, I guess so. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we kind of break it up, squeeze it up here along the sides and in the bottom. Turn it around, that way it's nice and loose. Just real carefully pull it out. A lot of roots there. Kind of break it up a little bit. Again, this is messy. So just break it up a little bit at the bottom. Just those roots have been in that plastic temporary pot for a while, so we just break it up a little bit so when it can have a chance to really take off and grow on its own. Now all the plants have what's called a crown. That's this spot up here. I actually probably have a little bit too much soil in there. I'll take some out. But this is a crown area. You don't want to do anything to damage that. So if you're pushing down in here and you hear some breaking, that's not good. You don't want that. Looks like it's about right. We'll push it down here in a little bit. I've got it to a point where the plant is gonna sit, the dirt is gonna sit just below the lip of the pot. That way when I pour water into it for watering, it's not gonna spill over. And I'll go back and fill in the sides with some of this soil that I have ready to go and compact it down, and we'll clean it up and show you what it looks like at the very end. So here we are in my kitchen, on my island. When I got this plant, I just came in and set it on the counter, left it here for a couple of days, and it seemed real happy right here. So this will be its little spot here, its little home for a little while. Some things that we noticed that, you might notice if you do this sometimes, these plants move quite a bit at the end of the day. When the light comes through here a little bit more, the leaves will actually kind of stand up. Kind of like how this half is doing right now. This half of the plant will just kind of stand up like that, get a little more light. Yeah, so some things to remember. Don't water too much. Overwatering is probably the most common thing that people do to kill plants. Just pick maybe like 2 days a week just to add a little bit of water. It doesn't need a whole lot. You'll just want to go around maybe Maybe every couple of days, put your finger in there, feel the soil. If it feels real dry, then yeah, just sprinkle a little bit of water in there, and you'll be good to go. Other things like just good airflow in the room, things like that. Maybe have a window open or an area where people are walking by and it kind of circulates the air. Things like that will also help plant to grow and be healthy and happy. All right, hope you enjoyed this week's how-to. I'll add at the end of the video some of the other plants that we have throughout the house.